Hey everyone, Mac is back. Today I want to talk about the new commander that's going to be released here shortly, I believe, with the new the starting of the recruitment pass for next month, which happens in a couple days. So I want to go over that. Plus, I want to go over some formations, some attack formations for the free-to-play players, because I know there are quite a few of those, and some. Probably asking, which awakened commanders to upgrade and which ones to kind of forego a little bit and to try to, increase their attack power as best they can. So let's get into it. So here we are with the new commander, Loreo, I believe is the pronunciation. We're getting 30% infantry attack, 15% enemy spear health reduction, and 10% enemy army defense reduction. So not a bad commander for an infantry maybe second line, I guess, since you have the infantry attack and then also a couple reductions to help against those other fighters, those other formations as well. So not too bad. Strategy, command, prowess. You can see he's an attack defense commander, so maybe he can help us in other aspects other than just fighting. We're going to check out his skills. So he'll deal 8,461 damage to all enemies in a fan-shaped area, which I assume would be like Rob does, and reduces their heal effect by 47% and restores almost 5,000 health. So that is the Loyal Battle Axe. That's pretty good. I mean, you're going to be dealing 8,000 damage, so at max, probably start you off around maybe like 4,000 or 5,000, I would think, before. But it can do it to multiple enemies, which is nice. So I think that's a interesting way of saying it. The fan-shaped. I don't even know what they say for Rob, but that's not bad at all. The next one is the Power of Faith, which is let me hover over it because it doesn't finish. So for every 3 attacks, there is a 70% chance of dealing a heavy blow to one random enemy. So this doesn't even be it's not even the enemy that he's attacking, and it'll deal 4,835 damage. And if the target is a bowman, then this damage is doubled. So now we're talking over 9,000 damage, 9670. So yeah, we're getting close to almost 10,000 damage actually. And then their might will be reduced by 300. So that will stop them from or delay them from using one of their skills. So that's a pretty good one, and that happens every 3 attacks. So that's becoming one of the more common skills in the game now, because as in stopping either reducing or stopping the enemy from using their skills, especially for training grounds, and so that would be a really nice one to have. And then when Loreo's health falls below 40%, he gains the following effect: each attack takes away 301 of the enemy's attack for 90 seconds. So it's a defense, basically for defense. So it takes away 300 attack. That's actually not very good because 300 is not a whole lot. Adds defense almost 7,000 to that. So he's a really good defensive commander. I'm curious to see what his base stats are when you first unlock him. I'm sure that it'd be interesting to see where he goes. Everything else is pretty much the same, so not a bad commander to have. I think he's more for that second line infantry, maybe even first line if you really wanted to, but there are other better commanders out there I think that you can upgrade for your if you have infantry in your formation. So now I want to briefly talk about the free-to-play attack formations that just based on if you're free to play, you're not using 3 lines. You're probably using 2, because that's the most efficient way to do it. So probably we're going to start off basically with infantry cav as your first formation. So you want to buff that front line as best you can, because that's where you're going to be taking your damage. So if you have Barrett to gold, which I do not in this account, but you can get him through. You could get him through, through through the recruitment pass. I believe you could still buy some of his medals. So to do that, you could be able to that's how you could have to get him gold if you didn't get him in the previous events where he was available. So as you can see, he gives you, once he is maxed out, I have him at 3%, but once he's maxed, it's 30% infantry health and defense. So that would be the first one that you'd want to have up there just for that reason. well, not the first one, but he's one you'd want to have up there. Chris for his health and attack, plus if you awaken him and you have any stars, he's really good as well. That's another one, very, very good, for your infantry. And then it kind of comes down to what you have with Arya, how awakened you do have her. If you are one of those, if you are getting a lot of the elite tokens for your free-to-play account, then you're probably upgrading her quite significantly, because she's very, very good. And you're going to see that the infantry defense, which is not the health of what you want, but you're going to upgrade her because you're going to get those attack, the total attack, the defense, and the health as well. So, and then you got her. If you have her 4 stars, it's even massive damage. Not massive amount of damage. I want to say massive. A lot more damage with her ability as well. Now, Feast, on the other hand, he'll give you the 30%. Scroll that up there. You get 30% defense, also 30% attack. So that's another decent front line. Haley's not so good because she only gives attack, and you're not getting these two. Even if you were able to get Tyrion up, you're talking, 15% defense and 15% total attack, which isn't bad by any means. But I think you'd want the. I guess if you're comparing these two, if you had him gold, I guess you're looking at the 15% defense. So you're looking at less defense, because you're going to give 30, and that again only works for that front line. And then the total attack would be 15%. So now you're getting 15% for the front and 15% for the back. And here you're getting 30% for just the front line. So I guess I would probably go with Tyrion if you had him gold. Since I don't have him gold, I wouldn't do that. Probably still going with Arya. So I'm probably going to go here and here would be what I'd want to do for that because you want to buff that front line as best you can. So I think that Arya with the defense there, and her if you have her awakened at all, Chris for sure, Barrett if you have him gold. If you don't have him gold, then maybe I would probably swap him out for Tyrion if because he's already giving a little bit of defense. The Ornills, that's only 3%, so I definitely would swap that out if I could. Then you get Feast, who's doing that. Now, what's going to change here is based on what your backline is. So if we're going to stay infantry cav first, so you're going to go to your cavalry. Obviously, you can see my lord here. You want to make sure one of these are your lords if you don't already know that. Now you want to look for the highest attack you have with your cavalry. So looking at Merrill, he has 30% attack and health. So the attack is what you were looking for. That's great. Again, Russell 30% attack. Rob does not have attack at all. However, once he is awakened, he does get some attack in there. I only have him at 1 star in this account, so not really that good. Mango, on the other hand, what you can also get him as a free-to-play to gold as well. I have him epic right now, so a little bit more for him to go. But he gives you the 30%. He would give you 30% attack and defense. So 30% attack defense. Here you're getting attack health, and here you're getting just attack. So, and then I didn't even include Jean because she's just cavalry defense, and you don't care about that. And if you have, eventually make it Winton up there too, which he would give you the 30%, I believe the 30%, I think it's 30% attack. And then a few other reductions, which isn't too bad as well. So something I would consider here for this one, I'm probably going to go Merrill, and because he has the cavalry health. So for if for some reason they get through your front line to your second line, at least they'd have a little bit of cavalry health there to help out as well. And you can see your stats over here. So this is a nice little thing that they did. So it shows your total attack. The commander bonus 19.8%. So from just those commanders, you're getting that, which is nice. This is not a attacking account, but it's just nice to be able to hover over and see, So the infantry attack is 69%, but that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for defense, which is here 134, but you're getting almost 80% from your commanders, and health you're getting almost 50%. So that's really, really nice. And then the cav attack is what you want, which is the 30% you're getting there. So for an infantry cav defense or infantry cav formation, this is pretty good. This is really good for your free-to-play account. Now, if you want to go infantry spear, you want to take that off, go to your spear account. You're probably almost always looking at Gorell because he's throwing 48% there. So I have him at 3 stars, 48% when he's awakened for the spear. So there he's actually giving you 66 at 3 stars. So 66% spear attack is really, really good. And your other ones are not awakened yet. Hector is, he would be 40%. with the spear attack, but you're still not up to Garel's 60%. He's not awakened, so this is going to be your formation for the infantry spear, which is a pretty nice, pretty good for the free-to-play. All right, let's talk about the cavalry frontline now. So we're going to go with the cav infantry and the cav spear formation for the free-to-play player, and again, we're going for those front lines that have the cavalry defense and cavalry health, which are very important. And the very first one is going to be Rob, because he has cav defense and cav health. Plus, if you awaken him, it increases it even more. So he's definitely going to be in your formation almost no matter what. And then looking at your other ones, Merrill has the cav health, the 30%, and plus the attack on top of that, so he's very good as well. Russell only has the attack, which we talked about before, so not really that great. Mengo has the attack and defense, and Gene has just the defense. So if you have Mengo to gold, you're probably going to put him in there, and he might even be better. I mean, you're going to lose out on 18% defense, but you're going to gain 12% attack. And I know I've been preaching about having defense and health at that front line. I still think that would be something you'd want. And then going for just cavalry defense of 30% for the last one. Now this is debatable too, because it depends on what your commanders, your attack commanders, are going to have for your other two, your backline basically. So for instance, if we're going to go for a cavalry infantry formation, so now we're looking at probably Chris. Because now if I go to that infantry attack, Chris is giving you 39% attack, which is more than, she'll give you 15% total attack, Arya will, so she'll give you 15 for the front, 15 for the back. Now, if you upgrade her, and if you awaken her a little bit more, you awaken Chris a little bit more, then you're going to be getting a little bit more bonuses there. Chris still probably, because he's going to increase that infantry attack a little bit more, and that's what you're wanting for that back line. Although Arya might give you the total attack, you'll have to check that out based on your awakening, how much you have each one awakened. You're not going to go for anybody else in this instance, I don't believe, because nobody else is awakened or worth your time at that point. So this is kind of an example of a formation that maybe you're going to want. But you could also argue that taking away Jean, taking away that little bit of defense that she provides, and maybe putting Arya in there as another option you could consider as well, because she'll still do the damage. That infantry defense won't really matter too much unless they get to the second line. So that's something you can consider as well. And then if we're talking about the spear, so we're going to go back, we'll put her back up there, and then the spear, you're going to go right back to the Garel. Because he's giving you that 66% for the cav spear commander in the back. So that's a good formation for cavalry and spearmen. And lastly, we're going to talk about the spear front formation. So again, Garel still very, very good, because if you're looking at his spear defense is 66%, spear health is 18%. So that's a pretty good buff for the front line there. Arslan's giving you the spear health of 30% plus that attack, so he's really good. If you really got, I didn't push this account to get Hector very high, but if you do have him, you're talking a 40% spear defense and a 40% spear attack, plus I believe it's a 10 or 15% enemy cav health reduction, so that's a pretty good one there if you have him to gold. Since I do not have that, I can't go that route, so looking at Varys at spear attack, you're probably not going there. And then Uma, which is another one that you can get as free to play as well. She gives you the spear attack, but she also gives you cav health reduction and enemy army defense reduction. So I guess in this instance, I'm probably going Hector, depending on where you have him, because he gives you a little bit of that defense. It's very tough for spear for free to play because they don't have a whole lot of frontline help. Just these first two here are really, really good. So this will be debatable depending on what you have. Now, going for if you have an infantry backline, if you go into spear infantry, then you're looking for that attack again. So you're looking at probably Chris, because you're going to have him upgraded a little bit, and he may give you a little bit more than the other ones. And then beyond that, maybe Arya, because she'll give you the total attack as well. So those are the two that you might want to throw in there. Thies is also decent because it gives you the infantry attack at 30%, so that's not bad as well. So I would look at a formation like this isn't too bad. You could also consider taking Hector out of there and putting Feast in there as well, so you get that extra 30% infantry attack. So you're getting a little bit more attack in that back line. So that infantry is going to have you 69% for your, just from your commanders, and then you can see the well, you're not looking for spear attack, you're looking for spear defense at 66%, and the spear health, which is at 48%. So it's a pretty good formation for the spear infantry. Now, if we get rid of those and we want to go back to, or go to the Cav second line, then you're going to look at Merrill, who's going to have your Cav attack at 30%. You're going to look at Russell, who gives another 30% Cav attack. And at this point, you're not putting Gene in there. If you have Rob Awakened to say 3 stars, you're probably putting Rob in there. But if you do have Mengo in there, if you have Mengo Gold, then I would put him in there. For my formation, this is where I would have to go, because I don't have Rob anywhere near where he needs to be for the Awaken. So this would be a pretty good formation for that. You could also argue again taking him out and then going back to the spear here and putting Hector back in, just to get a little bit more of your spear defense for that front line too. So I probably wouldn't do this. I think I would still stick with Mango, even just to get a little bit extra attack there on the back line. And the Cav actually hit first before with this formation because they're faster. So this would be a really, really good one to have. So in this formation, if you have these to gold. So keep working on your commanders if you're free to play. I hope this helped you out. If you have any issues or comments, we can discuss. Let me know. Happy to talk to you about it. And just remember, I don't get on. I post everything to my YouTube page, so check everything out there. And Return to the Mac. And if you have any, like I said, if you have any questions, just reach out to me and we can discuss maybe your individual situations. But until next time, Mac out.